Taxes are a necessary of modern civilization. Problems arise when taxes become abusive and mismanaged. In the next few years, millions of boomers will begin to retire. They will shift from the role of taxpayer to retirement and social security recipient. There will be a need to collect more taxes to support this shift. America and other great nations will decline financially. Individuals with money will leave in search of countries that welcome their money instead of penalize them for having it. A big mistake. Earlier this year, I was interviewed by a newspaper reporter. During the interview, he asked me how much money I made during the prior years. I replied approximately $1 million. And how much did you pay in taxes? He asked. Nothing. I said that money was made in capital gains and I was able to indefinitely defer paying those taxes. I sold three pieces of real estate and put them through a tax code section 1031 exchange. I never touched the money, I just reinvested it into a much larger property. A few days later, the newspaper ran this story. Rich man makes 1 million and admits to paying nothing in taxes. I did say something like that, but a few choice words are missing, thus distorting the message. I do not know if the reporter was being malicious or if he simply did not understand what a 1031 exchange was. Whatever the reason, it is a perfect example of different point of view coming from different quadrant. As I said, not all income is equal. Some income is much less tax other than others. Most people focus on income, not investment. The reporter earns his income in this column. Reporter income expense. I earned my money in this column. Assets, liabilities. Reporter employee. I earned my billion in this quadrant. Investment. He earns his money in this quadrant. And today I still hear people saying I'm going back to school so I can get a raise or I'm working hard so I can get a promotion. Those are words or ideas of a person who is focusing on the income column of the financial statement or the E quadrant of the cash flow quadrant. Those are the words of a person who will give half of that raise to the government and work hard and longer to do it. In an upcoming chapter, I will explain how people on the right hand side of the quadrant utilize taxes as an asset instead of the liability. It is for most people on the left side of the quadrant. It is not a matter of being unpatriotic. It is a matter of being person who protest and fight back legally to defend the right to keep as much money as possible. People and countries that do not protest their taxes are often people or countries with depressed economics. Get rich quickly. For my wife and me to go from homeless to financially free quickly meant earning our money in the BNI quadrant. In the right hand quadrant, you can get rich quickly because you can avoid paying taxes legally, and by being able to keep more money and have that money work for us, we found freedom quickly. How to get free? Taxes and debts are two of the main reasons most people never feel financially secure or achieve financial freedom. The path to security or freedom is found on the right hand side of the cash flow quadrant. You need to go beyond job security. It is time to know the difference between financial security and financial freedom. What is the difference between job security, financial freedom? As you know, my highly educated dad was fixated on job security as are most people of his generation. He assumed that job security meant financial security. That was until he lost his job and could not get another job. My rich dad never talked about job security. He talked instead about financial freedom. To the answer to finding the kind of security or freedom you desire can be found in observing the pattern found in the cash flow quadrant. This is a pattern for job security school. People with this pattern are often good at performing their job. Many spend years in schools and years on the job gaining experience. The problem is they know little about the B quadrant or I quadrant. Even if they have a retirement plan, they feel financially insecure because they have been trained only for job or professional security. Two legs are better than one. To become more financially secure, I suggest in addition to performing their jobs in the E and S quadrant, individual become educated in the B or I quadrant by having confidence in their abilities on both sides of the quadrant. A second part to financial security could be, and this is what financial security look like for an S. This is the pattern described by the book The Millionaire Next Door, written by Thomas Stanley. It is an excellent book. The average American millionaire is self-employed, live frugally, and invests for the long term. The pattern above reflects that financial life path. The path, the S to the B, is often the path that many great entrepreneurs like Bill Gates take. It's not the easiest, but in my mind, it is one of the best. Two is better than one. So, being educated is more than one quadrant, especially one on the left and one on the right, is much better than being good in just one. In chapter 2, I refer to the fact that the average rich person earns 70% from the right side and 30% on the left side of the quadrant. I have found that no matter how much money people make, they will feel more secure if they operate in more than one quadrant. Financial security is having a secure footing on both sides of the cash flow quadrant. Millionaire firefighters. I have two friends who are example of success on both sides of the cash flow quadrant. They have tremendous job security with benefits and they have also achieved great financial wealth on the right side of the quadrant. Both are firefighters working for the city government. They have good steady pay, excellent benefits and retirement plans, and work only 2 days a week. 3 days a week they work as professional investor. The remaining 2 days they relax and spend with their families. One buys old houses, fixes them up, and collect rent. At the time of this writing, he owns 45 houses that pay him $10,000 a month net. After debt, taxes, maintenance, management, insurance, he earns $3,500 as a firefighter, making his total monthly income more than $13,000 and annually income about $150,000 and growing. He has 5 more years before retirement, and his goal is to have $200 a year in income at age 56. Not bad for government employees with 4 kids. The other friend spent his time analyzing companies and taking more major long-term position and stocks and option. His portfolio is now more than $3 billion. If he cashed it out and earned 10% interest a year, he would have income of $300, 300,000 per year, bearing any major market changes for life. Again, not bad for a government employee with two kids. Both friends have enough passive income from their 20 years of investing to have retired by age 40, but they both enjoy their work and want to retire with full benefits from local government. Then they will be free because they will enjoy the benefits of success from both sides of the quadrant.